at it once again. You know how we do on Thursday nights. Let's go. All right, that's right. So we are talking about a lot of different things today. You know what I'm saying? There's been a lot of different things going on the for the Chargers this week. And the biggest thing that's going on right now is that I am starting a protest. I am starting a campaign that I want the Chargers to run the Sunshine Gold jerseys for week 1 at Brazil, or it's an absolute bust for me. I'm sorry. Like, they have to do it. Look, they can't go all in on this yellow jersey, whatever, and not miss on this opportunity to do it in Brazil. Their national team is yellow. The Chargers have now a all yellow jersey. It makes absolute perfect sense. Look, I get it. They're trying to do the gold pants with the home jerseys, but that's not enough. It needs to be the top yellow. That's big. The most important thing about it, you know? So that is a must-have, must-happen opportunity, and we'll talk more about that. Plus, let's talk a little bit more about Mike Williams. Let's talk a little bit about Phillip Rivers, talk about Keenan Allen potentially coming back to the team, and maybe, then we'll kind of get into a little bit of the preparation that has been going underway for the Hall of Fame game versus the Detroit Lions, because we are 1 week away from the Chargers playing some football again. That's right. We get to see our boys in blue play once again next week. Let's get this into it, boys. So, Bolt Bros, let's go.
What's up, here, man? You watching the Bolt Bros podcast. Stay tuned.
Shout out blue dreams, stadium lights gleam. Bolt Bros on the beat, lead stream. Chargers rocking speeds, Sonic supreme. From the podcast to the field, we're a team. Charged up, Bolt Bros on the night. LA Thunder in electric delight. Bolts in the battle, sparking bright. Charged up, ride the lightning, feel the fright.
All right, guys, that's it, man. It is that time once again. We are just 1 week away from preseason football, man. It's exciting to see, because then we get to look. Like, I get it. We don't get to see the most important players of the team, but we get to see the team nonetheless. We get to see a Marion Hampton on the field. We get to see potentially Ladd McConkey on the field. We get to see Trey Harris, Keandre Lambert-Smith. We get to see Jamari Caldwell. Look, it's going to be good. It's going to be a good time. And we also get to see Antonio Gates once again, or now officially getting into the Hall of Fame. So that's what's up, my guys. That's what's up. Yes, sir. We got some folks in the chat. What's up, Bolt fam? How you doing? We got Pappy up in the chat. How you doing? We got Miguel. We got Andrew Herrera. What's up, my man? Hey, I hope you're doing good. Yes, I just got off work a little bit ago and just had some dinner, so I didn't bolt all the way up right now. I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry, but yeah, man, throw some 85s in the chat. Put some AGs in there. Number one tight ends. Just make some comments about Antonio Gates. Let me know what was your favorite memory of watching Antonio Gates play, if you actually did watching him play in the back of the day, man. Because, look, man, he's been one of the most electric players in recent Chargers history that, honestly, like, I just can't you can't really, like, I don't know, you just don't have words for it, you just don't, like, because him being on the field was absolutely amazing. What a Cinderella story it was for him as well, because the reality is that he ended up being a Hall of Fame freaking tight end, and straight up shocked the world. He was an undrafted free agent. Didn't even play football in college. He was playing basketball, and all of a sudden, boom! Now he's a Hall of Famer. Or not all of a sudden, boom! It was obviously over a long period of time, but it was an amazing career that he had. So. But I wanted to get into this here real quick. Yeah, let's get into this. So, hey, look at that. Oh, gosh. Okay, that's terrible. There you go. I guess that'll do for right now. I'll just show it this way. But guys, okay. So first and foremost, this is the start of my campaign. I'm gonna do this every single day until the Chargers make the overturn their decision and switch it up. So yeah, man. Everybody's saying it. Like I'm looking at the chat here on Instagram. Obviously Bolt Town. How you doing, my man? Yes, sir. Like that Chargers District. They collabed with me on this one. Bolt Town did as well. Hood Villain. And yeah, Hood Villain. He just said he's buying one just for the trip alone, just to show support to Brazil. Edgar says as well. Like I would grab a lot of new Brazilian fans if we did this. It would be a smart move. So yeah. LA Bolts fan pages. Yeah, I was glad to see at least the gold pants. We need the gold set for Brazil. Yes, 100%. And thank you for locked in gold first. Added the Chargers right there. I'm gonna like my own post right there. I guess it's kind of like, I guess I can't. But yeah, man, this is kind of the whole thing that I'm gonna start doing every single day. I'm gonna post something about Brazil, something about them being in yellow. Something about, the culture being all yellow, bright colors and all that stuff, it would absolutely be the best idea ever. And I don't think that the Chargers realize that they're missing a huge opportunity here to not do the Sunshine Gold in Brazil. Like, I mean, honestly, they can literally turn an entire country to Chargers fans just like that overnight, In fact, I'll give you an example. So, okay, I mean, I talked to one of my Brazilian friends, and to be honest, he's obviously one Brazilian fan versus however many millions of Brazilians there are. He's a Colts fan, mind you. Keep this in mind. And he knew about the Packers Eagles game, and he went to that game. But he found out that the Eagles were going to be the home team. And he was really concerned about the fact that there was going to be, both teams are green. And the reality is that team, that stadium that they played at, it's called the team name is the Corinthians or whatever, So, and the Corinthians, their colors are black, and their enemies, their biggest rivals in that team are green. So here, let me go back to this. Just straight up here. And so he ended up being a huge supporter of the Eagles all year because they chose to wear a blackout jersey in day one or week one against the Packers, because the home team cannot be in black, in green. Sorry. Yeah, the home team cannot be in green in Brazil. So, I mean, obviously the Chargers don't have that issue. We don't have any green, in our jersey. So that's not an issue. But the national team is yellow. We need to do yellow. Bottom line, And then going back to my friend who's a Colts fan, mind you, he ended up buying a blackout Eagles jersey just because the Eagles did that. That made him a fan, in a way, of the Eagles. Just imagine this, though, too. So, like, you go all yellow, for the Brazilian, in the Brazilian area, you go all yellow there. A lot of the fans, they are not going to have NFL jerseys necessarily, but they will have a ton of Brazil national team jerseys. So just imagine that everyone shows up in the stadium with Brazilian team jerseys there. It's an all yellowed out crowd in this whole stadium there to support the Chargers. This would be an absolutely core memory, team defining opportunity here. Like, so that's what I'm saying. 100%. The team could find their identity in this game by going with all yellow in Brazil. 1,000%. And I actually talked to the Chargers about this idea too. To play into this, and this is even a bigger thing that I've thought about too. This is more high level stuff, of course, I thought for a while when the team was playing in the soccer stadium in was it the Home Depot Center? I think the LA Galaxy team, like that, that was a perfect opportunity for the marketing team to set up some chants, to get some things going with the crowd, to set up a supporter section type thing. I know the NFL doesn't allow instruments or whatever, but we can at least, we have our hands and we have our voices, so we can 1000%, if they let us in some chants to get things going, that would be 100% thing. And now, on top of that, we're playing in a soccer stadium in Brazil, where soccer / what they call football is the thing. That would be it. That would 1000% be another opportunity to get that going. I am not kidding you, man. I'm trying. I made some chants. This one right here. Because that my blood shall always flow. Oh, I'm sure for you and only you. We have a time and baby that's ready for you. Oh, like, oh, take Cali. I can't even sing it with it. Okay, I might just play it again at the end, and I won't say anything, So yeah, yes, I'm just a little too excited right now. I got a little bit too much caffeine in my blood right now. That's probably the issue right there. Sorry, Dave, what's up? You got to put down together a slow one. NFL Mike, man, hey, hang on a sec. If you want to jump on, man, you let me know. I can get you in there. Let's talk, my man. Let's talk. Yeah. Anyways, but that's just. Oh, no, hang on. I almost killed the stream there, guys. Sorry, I almost pressed a button. I'm getting a little too trigger happy, Yeah. I'm here. Go sports. Let's see. Hang on a sec. Here, I got another one here. Yeah.
Win, lose, or tie, we are bolted till we die. We are bolted till we die. I know I am, I surely am. I am bolted till I die.
We don't need that music part, but yeah, man. There's a lot. There's a lot of different ideas that I've had over the years about getting chants going and setting up some stuff, because the fact is too is like, we already have a little bit of roots of football in us right now. If we go to this route, this could be 100% a team defining moment, 1000%. But I do got a request here real quick because Larry's up in the chat. So here
you gotta give him that huck and spit on that thing.
Yeah. Pull it down. That's a chat. Yeah. Well, see, that's the thing though too. If you go to like these soccer stadiums or whatever like that, they have amazing, chants. Like they are not just like some, pull it down. They're not just charge. Don't get me wrong. I like that thing. It's they have full on like songs and they go forever, and they just do it all game long, straight 90 minutes straight. And obviously we're not going to be able to do the straight, like that. But if at some point we can just get that going on like a whole third down, fourth down, or whatever like that, whatever we need right there, we could do this. Yeah, there you go, Tay Jackson. We could do the San Diego Superchargers chant. Yeah, why not? That would be good. Fine. We can take away the San Diego if we need to, I guess, but that'd be terrible, But yeah, but we can make that up. We can make that happen for sure. Yeah. Hang on a sec. Hang on a sec here. I'm gonna do something while I'm thinking about it, just because I know He's in the chat. If he wants to pop in, he can, you know. Uh-huh. Hang on a sec here. Oh, hang on a sec here. Yep. Because I see him in the chat. You know, there you go, Mike. I just sent you a little link if you wanted to jump in. That's for sure. Then California Superchargers. We should just take the name LA or Southern California Chargers. You know, but I don't know. It's a syllables thing. It's all a rhyme thing. Okay, no problem. Yeah, but yeah, it's good that you're editing. I know you got a lot of content that you push out all the time. I appreciate you. You're one of the top fans in the business, the top influencers. So appreciate you. Shout out to the step bro out there. But man, I appreciate you for all the work that you do and all that stuff. So man, it's good. Hey, what's up, Grandizer? How you doing? I didn't realize. What's up? How you doing, my man? Yeah. Anyhow, all right. So let's just it. I was very passionate about all that stuff right now. You know. Oh, but So by the way, we do have some pictures of Najee Harris now out from a training camp, and he actually has revealed himself. And so yeah, here they are here. So yeah, he's apparently one of the captains of the team now. You know, so yeah. I'm just teasing, guys. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, okay. Miguel saying no. No, he did not accept my OnlyFans link. Miguel. Yeah, man. That's what's up. But yeah, man. I've got some jokes about that stuff. He actually did show up to camp. I'll just kind of mention that. But he's got he's got a full on hood on. He's got full on shades like I do got right now. But yeah, so it might be a little bit more serious than we all realize and stuff like that. So I don't know what's going on with that. Yeah. So, anyways, but yeah, I had to take this opportunity to do it before he actually revealed himself and stuff like that. So I thought about it yesterday morning when I was just doing the morning tweets and stuff like that, and I was kind of chuckling while I did that one. So yeah, I just thought I had to share that with you guys. So anyhow, so wait, Grandizer said he had a question here. Where'd it go? So where'd it go, my man? Sorry, my guy. I'm just on a rant. I was on a rant doing some stuff. So, yeah. Hang on a sec here. Where'd their question go, my guy? Yeah. Where's your entry song at? Sorry, I'm going through here. Oh, with Jay Lewis here. Joey Lewis got a quick question here. What do you think about the signing of DT from the Raiders just cut on a 1-year contract? Well, this is a good question. Yeah, I just saw that news. Me and the bros talked about it. So this defensive tackle actually could be my new favorite Raiders player because he actually seemed like he may have fleeced the Raiders out of potential millions of dollars, just like Jamarcus Russell did, So, but apparently, he may have a little bit of an attitude problem, because he apparently they cut him because they didn't like how he was handling his foot recovery. Yeah. So I think that there could be a bit of a problem from him. He may just be kind of lazy about stuff, so maybe just got that bag and then he just wants to go away and stuff. So I don't know. It could be an intriguing move. I don't necessarily know if that guy's a good fit for the team. Probably not, because he's obviously not very good with the Raiders. But hey, any player that actually rips on the Raiders is and steals money from the Raiders is a good player in my book, I guess, so yeah. That's it anyways. Yeah. Yeah. So, I just don't know. I mean, I'd be concerned about his attitude problem. So that's kind of my big thought, so yeah. Kelly Stafford needs to speak to your manager. Who's Kelly Stafford, my guy? Yeah. I don't know about that. Setting up what stuff, my guy? Well, what's up? Setting up, yeah. All the ad stuff, like the campaign. Did you cover the Raiders? We did not talk about that. Yes, it's pretty wild though, right? Yeah. So, we just talked about that now. Yeah. YouTube did something new for chats. Oh yeah, you guys are talking about the points and stuff. So apparently the points don't even stack up, guys. I don't know what's going on. Like, people are getting points, but they're not. It's not saving the points, which is kind of weird to me, So I don't know, but you guys still get the points from Streamlabs. So keep that. Those points matter more. Like the YouTube points. I don't know what they count for yet, whatever. But we're figuring it out though, Yeah, so we'll figure that out, So yeah. But if anything, we'll when we find out more information about the YouTube chat feature, we'll kind of get that back to you. I don't know. So like I said, we'll that's a work in progress that YouTube's working on. But for the meantime, you got the Streamlabs points, and those ones have been stacking up like crazy. So I'm trying to work with Streamlabs to figure out some things that we can do with those to give you guys discounts on our store. Maybe you can use them for emojis and stuff like that, like and do all that stuff, So yeah. Yeah. So Najee Harris is a pirate. That was like being traded to the Bucks rumors. No, that's just because he got the eye, that he just got the eye injury. Yeah. So see, I'm glad that we signed the tackle from the Stallions USFL. Hopefully he can move to the left guard and strengthen the integrity of the line. Yeah, so that's a big opportunity right there, So yeah, let's talk about that real quick. So he's he apparently was lights out in the USFL. So but I will admit that we have tried some players from the USFL, XFL before, namely Storm Norton, whack. And Donald Parham, also kind of whack. I mean, he was good. He was clutch in some certain situations, but he got injured a lot more than anything. Man, I tell you though, but being 6'8", just being able to do all those jump balls, he was unstoppable in that regard. But he would falling coming down was also the biggest problem. And I hate to bring that up because that was such a scary, terrifying situation. For us as fans and for him and his family and stuff like that, but I mean, hey man, you got to perform in this league, man. So yeah, that's it. Yeah, so we are, so that's just it. So I'm kind of concerned about that in our history of the whole situation with these XFL players and stuff like that, with the team. So just keep that in mind. When we all are excited about a new player, I don't think that we can always just say, hey, he's going to be amazing, man. Yeah, let's go. We can't do that as Chargers fans. I'm sorry. I admit that we have to be a little bit more jaded, a little bit more reserved about our hope than we have in the past. Yeah. So, yeah. Yeah, so okay, then Grandizer says look up the money about the dead rate. Yeah. So I think that they're only paying him like 40 million or something like that, too. Like I think he's the remaining contract is what he's getting. So that's crazy to me. Yeah. So yeah, and the YouTube points reset every chat. That's stupid. Darth Panic. Okay, I'm glad you're in the chat. By the way, I need your email. Because I'm glad you're here because I wanted to tell you we have some merch ideas that we kind of decided to just like, what, because you became a third place prize winner for our year-long contest, we wanted you to kind of to have the ability to decide which design you wanted more. So hit me up on my email. boltbros@gmail.com. I'll put it in the chat. Or Boltbros podcast. Boltbros podcast @gmail.com. And we will be able to send you I'm gonna send you some pictures of some designs that we've been working on. And just let me know which ones what you like. So we'll kind of giving you behind the scene, behind the curtain situation to kind of make a decision for us, help us out, because we tend to get lost in the sauce sometimes, like between and all that stuff. So we want you guys as a fans to appreciate, like to make a help us make a choice on something. So that's kind of what we like to do, so it's all about engagement here, so if you haven't already, please like and subscribe to the video because it really does help us out. And we love to chat and talk about the Chargers football, you know what I'm saying? So let's go. Okay, let's get back to the show. Miguel, what do you think about Najee Harris will be cut? It's kind of a possibility now. I mean, we did sign Nyheim Hines. Yeah, I can't really. I'm not 100% how to pronounce his name or whatever like that, So, but he's making a comeback, kind of like J.K. Dobbins did, So could be comeback. Could be a potential comeback player of the year candidate if he does well. So that could be awesome. That could be something, like hey, you know what? This kind of works out in Najee Harris's favor as well, realistically, because the reality is that Najee was not happy that the Chargers drafted Marion Hampton because Najee was like probably thinking, oh yeah, I'm gonna be wide receiver or running back one no matter what. But then Harbaugh was like, hey man, competitors welcome. Let me get you some new blood to contend against. He's like, dang, yeah, that's crazy. Okay, so let's just see it. Okay, thank you, Derek. So this is a great question and a great segue into what I'm going to talk about next, I guess. So Phillip Rivers retiring was a great thing for us. Yeah, I mean, obviously, I'm excited about it. Hang on a second, I know we have some slides here for that. I don't know where they are. There it is. Yeah, there we go. There it is. All right, yeah, let me fix this up here. There you go. Boom. Yeah, Phillip Rivers retiring, man. Like, that's just exciting to see. And Derek is asking why he wasted so many years before retirement, postponing Hall of Fame eligibility, So there could be a couple strategy reasons for that. And let's get into it. So number one, I would say this is that I feel like when he left Indianapolis, the Colts, or when he got let go, I feel like he felt like he probably still had the juice in him. He probably felt like he still could play, and he probably may have pushed his name out there a little bit. Had his agent maybe call around a little bit. He probably still had some fight in him and stuff, and so he probably was keeping the door open for the possibility. So that's kind of what I feel like he was doing. So, and then the second option is that he was clearly I correct me if I'm wrong on this though too, guys, because obviously I'm not the all knowing, all powerful Andrew, I would say and with a big old head saying that I know everything about football, because I definitely don't, but that's why I love you guys so much, because you guys are definitely what makes this show so great, is that you guys know a lot too, and we have a discussion about things. It's not just me talking to you, it's us talking to each other. But as far as I understand, the rule is for the Hall of Fame is that it really doesn't matter about when he retires, it matters about the last time he plays. I'm not 100% sure on that one, so you guys let me know about that. If it does come down to a more like, okay, we're talking about, he wanted to wait a few years to officially retire, and that's when he actually starts the availability of his retirement, then it's possible that he wanted to be in a specific class, so that way he would be a sure thing for the Hall of Fame. If that's a reality of what it is, that would make perfect strategic sense to me to make that happen. So, yeah. So I got some couple of late bloomers in the chat, by the way. So we got Jim Harbaugh. What's up, man? Andrew, how you doing, my man? Broncos fans more optimistic than Ethiopians. That's funny. Derek, yeah. Can't wait till the Hall of Fame game. Yeah, so we're gonna talk about that in a second. Yeah, but let me see. Are you guys talking about Philly Riv here? 17s in the chat. Thank you. Yes, we got Darth Panic there throwing some 17s out there. Miguel kind of agrees. Probably thought of coming back and was hesitant, and contractual things played a part. Maybe, yeah, exactly. Open the gates and let the rivers flow. Let's go. That's what's up. Yes. I'm gonna give me some lasers for that one. That's right. Just got Gravers framed picture at camp today. Oh, that's awesome. So I got a Phillip Rivers jersey that I really want to get signed, and then I want to get that framed. It's like that. It's definitely a knockoff jersey, whatever. But I don't know if I can ever get it signed. Like he doesn't really do any signings anymore. It's kind of pissing me off. But maybe he'll do it eventually. Maybe a Charger Bolt fan will do it. And if they ever do an event with him there, I'm for sure gonna go there, and I want him to sign that for sure. Yeah. He didn't want to leave the Chargers. No, he definitely didn't. That was annoying to me. I wish that we just gave him one more year at least, because then he would have been 17 years as a Charger, and that's his number. That would have just been perfect for me. Like I would have loved that. So Timmy was up in the chat. What's up? Miguel says that's right. You are not Andrew. You are the Pen King. Yeah, that's right. Oh yeah, that's right, Derek. 90-yard touchdown. That's right. That's good. Yes, Darth Panic. Oh, so he needs. Okay, Darth Panic confirms he needs to be 100% retired for the Hall of Fame, and he isn't eligible next year. Okay, so, but yeah, that's a thought. So, okay, so he's eligible next year, but he needs to be retired in order for that to be a thing. So, okay. All right. Well, I guess that makes sense. So yeah, that's cool. That'd be cool. Yeah. So we got some 17s. I thought James was Madden, on the screen game. Yeah, I think he was. Yeah. No, James is the slide king. That's for sure. Yeah, he slides into the DMs a little bit. You know what I'm saying? It's 5. Okay, so Biggs says 808 says it's 5 years after playing for eligibility into Hall of Fame, no matter when they officially retire. Okay, thank you. All right, so I think we are, we're both right here, I guess, right? So it's like no matter what after playing, but he needs to be fully retired by all that stuff, So, so he needs to be officially retired in order to make it into the Hall of Fame. Got it. Okay, that makes sense. Darth Panic, man, that's awesome. I wish I had that. That's amazing. I am call me peanut butter and jealous on that, my man. That's what's up. Yeah, I gotta share this one. Rivers. The first ballot. That's awesome. Yes, sir. I'm gonna give you. Here, I'm gonna. There we go. Yeah, give you a. I like that one. That's good. Okay. Let's see. NH will make 50% of his runs. Najee Harris, 50% of the runs on the left side. Yeah, because of that, right? Because of the patch. That's what's up. Okay, well, that's good clarification though. So I'm excited. But now that means then that Mike Williams will now be eligible for the Hall of Fame potentially in 2029 or potentially what does it say? Or 20 is it 2020 or 2030? Sorry, I couldn't math right now. There you go. Yeah, so I'll pull that one up real quick. So obviously, yes. So Mike Williams retired, but the truth is though too, unfortunately, yeah, Mike Williams is not. I do not believe he would be Hall of Fame potential. As much as I love him, and what he did on the field when he was healthy and and available, he was outstanding. But throw some 81s in the chat, because Mike Williams was amazing, but he's not going to the Hall of Fame. Well, let's be honest. So he was a good player, unfortunately, but he's not going to be a great player. I love him to death. I would love to meet him and shake his hand and get things signed by him, and have him on our show every once in a while, and we'll just have a conversation about stuff, but I don't know if he would ever really want to, because we haven't necessarily been super high on him all the time, So, and Derek says it right here. First ballot PUP list. Actually, above him is Joey Bosa. So, and we talked about that a little bit on our show, but the reality is that Mike Williams and Joey Bosa both are probably considered in my head right now, unfortunately, as some of the biggest players that have probably fleeced the Chargers out of the most money in recent memory. But yeah, so Chris B says, yeah, Burrow, I love the guy, but Mike Williams is not making it to the Chargers. He's not even making it to the Chargers Hall of Fame. Dang, that's rough. That's tough. Yeah, but I can see it. I can see it though, guys. Yeah, it ain't happening. It ain't happening for sure. But yeah. Charlie Joyner retire NFLs all the time, leading receiver. Yeah, he did 100%. Yeah, the PUP Hall of Fame. Yeah, there you go. Oh, that's it. Oh, guys, we should make that list. Which players, of all are I guess the worst players of all time, I guess, like of that kind of list, it could be beyond Chargers too, it could be, we could say Ricky Williams maybe, where he basically got a whole bunch of money and disappeared for, I don't know, a couple of years, or was it like that, into the, he just kind of pitched a tent in the middle of freaking Australia and just smoked pot all day, so how freaking crazy is that? All he did was just eat, go into town, eat some food, grew a beard, all that stuff. That'd be crazy. Ryan Leaf, see this thing. Ryan Leaf did not, I don't think, make run off with all that much money. It was a very short run. Grandizer pulls up a question here. Say, play devil's advocate. Why Rivers does not deserve it to get into the Hall of Fame? Seen Chargers podcast. Rivers should be in the Hall of Fame. Other NFL teams podcast. NFL not Rivers. No Rivers in Hall. Okay. All right. Yeah, sure. I'll put in that, I don't really want to do this. I mean, I like it. I think he should, of course, make it into the Hall of Fame, for Phillip Rivers, but I'll bite. I'll play into it. So let's just think about it for a second, I mean, number one, he never made it to a Super Bowl. I mean, let's be honest, so he didn't get all the way, and that's always a bit of a knock on a player because of their performance in the league. And a lot of people will use that against him, and and a lot of people from the Hall of Fame ballot system, they'll put that into consideration, I'm sure. Because I think with Phillip Rivers, I think there is Eli Manning is also on the list or whatever. And so just for the sole fact that Eli Manning has not lost a Super Bowl that he's been in could be a reason for him alone to make it to the Hall of Fame. I mean, obviously he did not have a very good stats, record. He wasn't like an absolute star, but that could make him in the Hall of Fame before Phillip Rivers. That could bump Phillip Rivers out, because I don't know if they would do two in a row, because I think we also have Drew Brees on the same ballot, right? Who's also a Super Bowl winning quarterback, and who also has amazing numbers. I think he went over 4,000 yards, consistently over several years. Again, guys, I'm just caveating this thing. I don't want to play devil's advocate on this, but I am going to make some parts to say that, may as well add some comments to the discourse, but it's possible that Phillip Rivers could not do it because of the Super Bowl idea. That's the biggest thing. However, I do feel like the arguments to, make him part of the Hall of Fame are stronger, because of, his stats. His stats don't lie, 100%. No matter what, I'll just say this is even if he doesn't make the NFL Hall of Fame, he's going to make it to the Chargers Hall of Fame, and we are going to retire number 17, 1,000%. That number is going to be retired. It's going to be on our wall. Phillip Rivers is 1,000% probably one of the best. It's between him and Dan Fouts as currently as the best quarterbacks for the NFL or for the Chargers. So that's what 100% what I would say. And you're right. But you're right, though, Darth Panic. Rivers is a better quarterback than Eli was. Eli just has 2 rings. He just has the rings. That's it. That's the only reason why. But also on that same point, Drew Brees might be on par with Phillip Rivers. Yeah, I would say. Or Phillip Rivers might be on par with Drew Brees. And Drew Brees has a ring. And he brought a Super Bowl championship to a team that has not had a Super Bowl victory, period. 1,000%. Drew Brees is a Hall of Famer. He cannot miss that opportunity. He's going to the Hall of Fame, 1,000%. So the idea is that possibly Eli Manning and Drew Brees might edge Phillip Rivers out. So Phillip might have to wait at least another year to get into the Hall of Fame. That's just the possibility that I'm really saying. But I'll say this though too. It also is a political move. And Phillip Rivers is a very likable guy. Everybody loves this guy, no matter who you are or whatever like that. You can't hate on the guy. He's the best trash talker in the league because he's the cleanest trash talker in the league. And he was amazing and super fun to watch at all time. And that's kind of like what could set him over Eli Manning though. So that's just it. It's really, if anything, it's not about him. It's not about the stats. It would be about politics and who's in front of him and who's on the ballot with him. That's the only reason why that. And the reality is Gates had to wait a little bit because he had the penalty of PEDs and stuff like that, So then that's kind of why. What I think there too. But you're right. Yes, Andrew. Fouts made it to the Super Bowl with no wins or appearances. And the reason why this happened is because Dan Fouts, to this day, still has the NFL record, the entire league NFL record of the most consistent seasons of 5,000 yards or more passing, I think. I think he had like 5 seasons straight of 5,000 or more. Yeah. And that has not been beat yet. He still has that record. He still maintains that record. And so that's why Dan Fouts was a shoo-in, because at that time as well, it was unheard of to have 5,000 yard seasons. Nobody was doing that. That's that whole Air Coryell offense, So that's why Dan Fouts made it without, all that stuff. And that's honestly why Dan Marino made it too without Super Bowls, is because they broke NFL records and they broke them a lot. So, and that brings up a point that I have, is that about giving why Phillip Rivers should make it to the NFL, is that he had, what was it, like almost 300 games straight of zero, injuries, or 300 games straight of starting. Like he did not miss a game. If he, didn't matter, season was on, he was playing. Didn't matter. You could always rely on him being the starter. And so that would make it a huge thing. Yeah. Let's see. So Chris B says teams win Super Bowls. There's a reason the team keeps the Lombardi trophy and the QBs get the same ring as everyone else on the team. No, you're right. You're right. Yes, the Super Bowl trophy is a team win. But the rings, the championship thing, has to be taken into consideration because the players on the team. But also, here's the biggest thing too, is that Phillip Rivers never was a MVP of the league. That's a big thing. Yes, he made it to a ton of Pro Bowls. But I do believe that Drew Brees was an MVP. I'm not necessarily the league, but maybe they had, Eli Manning possibly was MVP. No, I don't think he was MVP of the Super Bowl either. But Drew Brees might have been the MVP of the Super Bowl for the Saints. So it's very possible that's a happen, But Pappy, you're 100% right. Rivers is definitely in my Hall of Fame, hands down, no matter what. He 1,000% is. And like I said, so yeah. Let's see. Chris B says, I don't think they'll let Rivers in solely because of the NFL can't afford to fly out house and feed all of his kids. Hey, you know what? That's true though, man. I mean, they got to feed a whole team there. He's basically setting up a whole offense. He wants to have an entire 11-man squad, right? At his house. Yeah. Grandad just says, yeah, Fouts and Marino broke records. Rivers has not broken out of it, but no, he did. Let's see. Does Herbert break 4,000 yards? Bolt, quick question, side question here. Yeah, I think he can. I think he can. But the biggest, 100%. I know Herbert has the ability to do it. I just don't know if the offense is going to be built for a 4,000 yard season for Justin Herbert. Could be 3,500 easily. It might just be a little bit under 4,000. I just don't know. It kind of just depends on how the season plays out, because we might be a run first type of offense. Just kind of pound that rock and just, just, you know what I'm saying? Bully ball. I'm going to run through your face. I'm going to run through your face. I'm going to run through your face. Just keep doing that over and over and over. I'm coming for you, boys. Coming for you. The Rivers did just break most Chargers records, 100%. Fouts led the league in 4 consecutive, including a strike year. Okay, yeah, okay. So it was basically 4.5, you would say. Yeah. 79 through 82. He should have been MVP in 09. Yes, 100%. We had literally number 1 offense, number 1 defense, but it's terrible. Yeah. Chargers have rich history at quarterback. Bears have no 4K passers ever. Yeah. Granddad just says, yes, he broke how many kids records. Well, I think Cromartie got him beat. He's got like probably a kid in every state. He was, he was just going to town, man. Yeah. Tenderize that meat though. That's right. Tenderize that meat. Anyways, yeah, so that's enough talk about the Hall of Fame stuff. So let's get into the upcoming Hall of Fame game, guys. I think I got some slides for that here. So not much going on here for that. But guys, if you haven't already, actually, by the way, so if you already were there, if you guys were here at this event, let me know, man. Let me know in the chat if that was awesome. Like, you guys were at the training camp, has been amazing. I'm super stoked that the Chargers have returned to San Diego, and they actually did some practices out there. Because I know like last year they did the same thing, but they went to Oceanside, so they weren't fully. They they just kind of dipped their toes into San Diego to kind of see how people would react to it, so they kind of let's see how things are. Let's see what the demographic thinks about it, so. But if you went to this thing yesterday, let me know in the chat if that was pretty awesome. If you were at the San Diego practice, let me know. I would love to hear what you saw, and how the reaction was, and what the fans were like out there for all this stuff. Because I know there's a lot of people that are still upset about the team being in LA, because I know there's a lot of beef between San Diego versus LA and stuff like that, so I don't know, man. Just let me know. I would appreciate that to have a bit of a commentary on that one for sure. So let me say, I'm trying. Sorry, a lot of my dinner's kind of giving me a little bit of gas. Sorry if you can hear me burping a little bit, so yeah. But yeah, I'm trying to find, I know we have a slide for that about the Hall of Fame game coming up. Yeah, there's just a lot of things that we got here. Hang on a sec here. Yeah, I'm gassy right now. Sheesh. Sorry, guys. No, that's the July 19th event. I didn't really, because I had this kind of scramble to get into this thing. So, well, you guys know. It's all right. I guess I don't know. Well, but you guys know it's against the Lions next week in Ohio, Hall of Fame game. I know some of my buddies from Los Rayos are showing up, and they rolling through. They're gonna road trip out there, and they're gonna have a good time. Yeah, that's the normal schedule here. So, No, that's Rodney Harrison thing, Chargers Hall of Fame. Man, I can't find it. God dag it, man. I think my brothers like they move like the slides around too much, so I don't really know where everything goes. Like I said, James is the slide master, so like he knows where everything's at. So anyway, so so the Hall of Fame game, man. Like we've seen a little bit in the training camp and stuff like that, So the biggest thing, so I'm seeing some mixed feelings right now for Quentin Johnston. We need him to play out there because the odds are that he's going to drop some balls, and we've seen some improvements. NFL Mike, who was in the chat for a little bit, was sharing some videos, sharing some footy of him catching ball at the ball. So that's good to see. That's good to see that he's been working on it. He's getting his hands, but we have seen a few spots when he's dropping that ball where he's still just trying to catch it with his hands, and he just can't catch it. He needs it. He wants it with his body, and we're seeing some weird things too. So he caught it with his body, but as he's like, after that he lets his hand go with one hand. So he's like, letting go with one hand is like, dude, keep both hands on the ball. That's all you got to do. Shoot. You can't be doing that. Just, if you let the ball go, even for a split second, it can blip, fly out. It could be some other corner can catch it. You can fumble it. All that stuff. So this is frustrating. So 1,000%, Quentin Johnston needs to play this game. He needs to go out there. I think we could probably bench Ladd McConkey. I don't think we need him to play. He can stay fresh for the season. You know what I'm saying? So that's kind of my thoughts. And so, but this is the thing. But obviously, I want to see Trey Harris out there more. I want to see him playing 100%. I want to see Marion Hampton play. But here's the thought, though, too. So like, I don't 100% know if Jim Harbaugh will make them play. Because he knows it's like, some of these top players that we have, these guys that are definitely going to be starters. He doesn't like playing them, which I will say this though too. I'm always a believer that you should start your starters, at least a quarter in the preseason. Give them some game time, technically game time reps, where when something kind of matters, you're actually playing with full pads. You're playing the actual game. Sure, there's an opportunity for a mishap and you can get injured, but I think it's worth the risk because I'm telling you guys that week 1, 2, 3, and 4, they're still trying to figure out the offense. They're still trying to get into rhythms. They're still trying to get all this stuff going. You need the preseason to get that, to get the ball rolling faster. You know what I'm saying? I hate this whole we can't quite figure out our team. The season's just fresh. We don't really know our groove yet. We're not in the whole thing. It's like, nah, man, you hit the ground running, man. I'm telling you, when the season's on, you're good. You are locked in. It doesn't matter. Game 1 till game 17, and all the way to the Super Bowl, you're locked in. That's just it. You don't have time for nothing else, man. You listen to Tom Brady's motivational speeches after, at retirement, and he's just like, no, man, that was my life. That was everything that I had to do. It didn't matter. I know football season is around all the holidays. You have freaking Halloween. You have, Thanksgiving. You have Christmas. You have New Year's. All that stuff. Sorry, fam. I can't be there. I have to work, and I have to make all this money because it's not just about me anymore. It's about this team. It's about these fans. It's about the city. It's about this state. There's a whole nother responsibility in when it comes to the team and stuff like that. I don't know. I guess I'm going off on a tangent. My bad, guys. I'm sure you guys like it, whatever. Yeah. So, anyways, too. But I'll also say this though too is we players like Naheem Hines, Naheem. I'm terrible at names. You guys know this. Hines should also play because he's been a little he's been rusty. He's out of the league for 2 years, so yeah, we need to make that work. Get him some reps. So I can 100% say Najee Harris, he ain't gonna be ready next week, so he does not need to play. So that's fine. But I feel like the starters should play at least a little bit. Suit up, be out there, do some things. Let's make it happen. So yeah. Pappy, take a deep breath. Sorry. I get, you guys know I get passionate. I get passionate. Yeah. Pappy said that the San Diego training practice was pretty positive. Went to the downtown after the locals were about 80% positive. That's awesome. That's cool. Yeah, so you see, we will be a good luck at our new players on the 31st. Yes, 100%. They warned you not to go out tonight. Oh, what do you mean? See, Andrew said, I am in San Diego and I'm not tripping that the Chargers are in LA. SoCal Chargers. That's what's up. Yeah. See, Chargers are the only team, I've said it before, the Chargers are the only team that has been born and stayed in Southern California their entire existence as a team. So give me some lasers for that one, baby. Yes. Give me some bolts in the chat for that one. That's what's up. Yeah. So Philip says briefly, I definitely wanted them to stay in San Diego, but I didn't get all butt hurt. It's not the city, it's the team for me anyways. And we started off in LA, so you could argue we went home. Yeah, I mean, and I agree with that, and it's really not that far of a thing, but I think there's more people that hated the move. They're probably bigger baseball fans than NFL fans, I would say. I would say, like, if anyone that kind of hated on the Chargers move is probably just a bigger baseball fan, I would say. Just me personally, I do feel like that, I've always felt like the Padres and Dodgers have a much bigger beef and rivalry than anything. So that's kind of where I feel like it all stems from, though. So, but that's why we don't really talk about baseball too much on this show, because we want to realistically, we just want to appeal to Chargers fans. We don't care. We don't want to appeal necessarily to Padres fans or Dodgers fans or even Angels fans. That's because it's too much. It's too much of a big old cluster cuss. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, it's like they're too divided in that regard. So it's just Chargers. This is the people, that we're looking for. So yeah. He says, I hate professional players. We're in number one, Ashton Bush League. Yeah, that's true. I get that. Grandizer says, think back on the ancient records. Mephistopheles, Diaboles, Lord of the Flies, Beelzebub, and the devil on the side for me. The Prince of Darkness. That's what's up. Yeah. Last time these number one players were best on the team was high school. Yep. See, I mean, honestly, what's the punishment if QJ gets caught using Stickum? I say lather his gloves up and glue it. Yeah, why not? I don't care. Yeah, 1,000%. Kyle as Kolchak. I don't even know what that is. See, thank you for agreeing with me, Philip. Yeah. Yes. Oh yeah. Good point. Yeah, I forgot about RJ Mickens is also making a good impression in camp, so that's pretty awesome to see. Hampton, yes, I want to see KSL, Luke Graham, all these players. Yeah, what's up with that? Yes, right, Miguel. All gas, no brakes. Let's go. Yeah. Work for Lester Hayes. Yeah. Stickum. Oh yeah, Pop Warner days. That's what's up. Parents divorcing, moving with Raiders because they don't beat anyone. Yeah. Dang. The spell is I don't even know. Grandizer, I'm not following you anymore now. You're losing me there now. I don't know what's going on. Anyways, please don't catfish and monkey paw us. Read the chat, please. Sorry, I'm just reading a bunch. Yeah. The Ramones, they are a rock band, I think, right? So, let's see. Okay, let me go. Kyle, were you a fan of that football team in San Diego Fleet? Oh, the Arena Football League. So I wanted to go to one of those games. It's just and I was gonna go with Swoop and D because they have a relationship with the team down there. But I honestly I never got around to it. Like I was always kind of busy when the Arena Football League was actually going on, so I had to miss them, and it's kind of a bummer. I liked it. I would totally have done it. I would have been a fan of it, you know. So yeah. Let's see. Catch up. We're coming our way. Oh yeah, there you go. Yeah, there you go, Grandizer. They got the we're coming your way. We're gonna dazzle you with a super play. The time has come. We're shooting for number one with thunderbolts of lightning. We light up the sky. Yeah. Yeah. We'll give it all we got and more with the superchargers. Try. San Diego Superchargers. All right, sorry. Yeah. Sorry, guys. You know, we're just hanging out here, guys, now at this point, you know. So, but like I said, the game next week. Okay, but this is what I wanted to land on, though. Sorry. You guys hit me with that ADHD right now. So, yeah, I'll just stepped it and just kicked it up a notch on that, you know. So, but what I wanted to discuss with you guys right now. So, next week is the Chargers preseason game. And you know, normally around this time I switch it up to Wednesdays, and then we do a little simulation or whatever like that, you know. But I've kind of feel like, you know, like I said, the reality is that I don't feel like the simulation for Madden helps this algorithm too much, whatever like that, with YouTube. So we want to focus ourselves on NFL content, and so what I've kind of decided that I want to do with you guys is potentially, you guys let me know if you want this. Should we have watch parties Thursday nights, no matter what? No matter who's playing. Thursday night football, let's just have a watch party, you know? I'm 100% down for it, but I may end up being a little late. I do admit, because like sometimes I have to go to work. I don't get home till about 6 o'clock. I think the game might start a little bit after that. I'm not 100% sure, but it is mountain time that I'm at, so I may end up doing that, you know, setting up a plan to do just Thursday night watch parties. No matter who's playing, we're just gonna have some fun. I'll put up like stats here or whatever. We'll just sit here and chat and just have a good time. You know, it could be fun. You know, I'll bring on special guests. We'll just kind of sit here and just kind of make fun of players and make fun of each other. I don't know what we'll do. But yes, watch parties. I'm thinking about doing it, and we can actually throw some predictions in the chat. You know, like we can even make some sports bets together. You know, just let me know if you guys want to do it. I got one yes here from Derek and Brandon's channel. What's up, my man? You know, maybe we'll bring you guys on if you want. You know, you can just hang out and we can just chat about the game. I do admit it's kind of a hard thing to bring other people on because the streams are sometimes slower or faster or whatever. Like you might see something before I do. So I don't really know. So Bolt Lightning says he's down for a watch party or Madden. Yeah, so that's possible too. You know how it is. I like to do little fun things. Like we got the lights, you know, we got the soundboards, you know, like I try to bring a little bit of the stadium vibes to here as much as possible, you know. But yeah, but yes, Grandizer, it would be the Chargers versus the Lions, I think, right, at the Hall of Fame game, for next week. So I'm kind of just thinking, like, you know, I kind of want to do that. Me and my brothers have talked about doing it a couple times, like, and we did some watch parties, just anything. But like I said, it's difficult for us to watch all the game together, on thing because, like, you know, someone's ahead, someone's behind. And so it's just like, how do we really make it work so everyone's there? So, like, I mean, maybe we can, I don't know, maybe we can just pirate it, you know, we can just have a little bit of a, you know, put it in the corner here, you know, yeah, we can just put the tiny little box in the corner, you know, you can just sit there, you can see that I'm watching the game, you know, so I don't, yeah, you know what I'm saying? But I don't know. Well, yeah. So, yes, you know, and I will fire the cannon with the club music, you know, yeah, we can do that, you know, so yeah. But it's a family affair sleeve with Family Stone. Yeah. But like I said, guys, I I think we'll do that though for sure. Like for sure next week. It's the Chargers playing anyways, so I'll do a watch party with you guys. We'll just have a good time. We'll just relax. We'll laugh. We'll just we'll hang out and I may have to try to set up a 2-camera system again. I don't know. We'll see. Yeah. So, but yeah, we'll make it work though, guys. I'm excited. But yeah, so let me just hit that button, the Chargers chant that I like. We don't do the fire the cannon for the field goals, I think. Actually, no, I think we do fire the cannon for the field goals, but we don't do the dance party for the field goal, just for the field goals. So it's one or the other, So yeah. Or you know what? So let me just do it right now. So okay, guys, let's get ourselves started. Let's do a little dry run here right now. So do I have? I don't have all the. Okay, never mind. Sorry. False alarm, guys. I don't have the hold the cannon ready stuff, So, like I said, like everything went weird on my thing. So I'm just gonna hit you with a chant that I made once again, and then we're gonna close it up. So, all right, here we go, guys. 1, 2, 3.
Blue, white, and gold. Blue, white, and gold. The colors that my blood shall always flow. I cheer for you, and only you. Wherever I may be, I'm cheering for you. I swear it would not have been any other way. I swear it would not have been any other way.
Yes, sir. All right, guys. That's it for the show tonight. Thank you guys for being here. Let's go, baby. We're gonna have a good time next week for sure. We'll do the watch party. We'll have a good time. We'll relax, chillax. Just we'll talk about the game. We'll make some bets together. We'll do a little. We'll do some prizes with it and stuff like that. And yeah. I'm excited, guys. Football's just around the corner. I know it's preseason game. It doesn't make too much, doesn't do too much or whatever that, for everything, but it's our boys, back at it again. So I'm excited, guys. So I hope you are too. We'll catch you guys next time. And as always, Bolt Bros, let's go.
Hey, what's up? Cameron Dick here watching Bolt Bros podcast. Let's go.
Charged up, both bros on the night.